watching Sujith Talks. My name is Sujith Villa, and this video is presented to you by Pristine Australia Migration. It's about ACS Skills Assessment. What if you're paid in cash and there's no corresponding bank statements, but you have some Form 16s, not preferably independent third-party documents, but apparently from the employer? What could happen? What could happen in the past and what would happen in the future if you're applying ACS Skills Assessment in the year 2023. So there's this tribunal case I'm going to talk about in this video, but that case shouldn't be taken as a precedent or as an example if you're an applicant having paid salary in cash, because this case is a bit old. ACS Skills Assessment done in 2017, visa applied in 2019, and Tribunal taking a decision in 2023 this year. So it's a 6-year-old saga. Now it started with this applicant in India finishing Bachelor's in Computer Science, goes to get a job in ICT, works as an associate consultant for a couple of years, then as a functional consultant for another 5 or more years. And after 7 years of experience, the applicant decides to study in Australia. So he comes to Australia in the year 2014 and then starts a master's degree with a major in ICT. Finishes professional year also. He applies ACS Skills Assessment in the year 2017 when there was no payment evidence required. He gets a positive skills assessment with 2 years of deduction. And he could claim 5 years of experience in the EVOI for 10 points because out of 7 years, only 2 years was deducted. Now he claims those 10 points, gets invited for a 189 and applies. In 2019, the department asks for more evidence, especially payment evidence, because the applicant provided pay slips, contract letter, reference letter, salary hike, settlement letter, Form 16 for a few years in those 5 years, but not a bank statement. And it is unknown whether those Form 16s are from the employer side or from the tax department side, which is from Traces. Apparently they are from the employer side. That is why probably the department asked him for more evidence in terms of bank statements as well as tax documents from Traces. He didn't have tax documents from Traces, Forms 26 AS. And he did not provide PF, he did not provide bank statements because he was paid in cash. And whatever he got as salary, due to patriarchal arrangements in India, in some families where the adults stay with parents, in this case, what happened was the applicant was earning some salary and some of it is going to the father to pay for the insurance premiums, and some of it is going to the brother to pay the brother's school fees or college fees. Now, the applicant tried to explain everything in a cover letter, and the agent also tried to explain to the case officer, but the department or the delegate was not satisfied, and then the applicant got a refusal in 2019. And the same year, perhaps, the applicant took it to the tribunal, and after 2-3 years, in 2022, probably the case got opened, and the tribunal took a new, fresh look and asked the applicant to provide explanation about this salary in cash. So the applicant provided the explanation saying that this is how it works in his family in India, where the expenses and the income was shared by the joint family, and therefore whatever he was paid in cash was not put in the bank account. But after those expenses were met by the father and the brother, whatever remaining, if sizable, was put in the bank statement, bank account, and also in some fixed deposits. So those details were provided to the tribunal, which obviously were provided to the department also. But the tribunal discovered a new thing, which is they checked for this functional consultant job the 5 years experience company and found from Indian media that it was publicly available in a newspaper that this company was closed, was taken down or taken off from the list. It was actually a corporation. So it was taken out, but at that time when the applicant claimed that experience, that was before 2014, the company or the corporation was existing. So the applicant provided a chartered accountant letter, an employer supervisor letter, affidavit, and an employer supervising manager letter. So a start deck or the affidavit from supervising manager talking about the roles that the applicant performed. By the way, this occupation is software engineering and software engineer 261313, and he also got a stat deck from the supervising employer talking about the employer, the company closure probably, and a chartered accountant explaining more things related to payment and the company registration or the corporation, etc. So those letters were taken seriously by Tribunal, and the Tribunal actually agreed with the applicant that it is indeed genuine employment, even though it was paid by cash, and the Tribunal accepted that in India it is a common thing for parents to share income and expenses with their sons or daughters. Now, the Tribunal disagreed with the department taking a visa refusal decision, so the Tribunal sent back the file to the department asking them to reconsider this application and perhaps recommending them to grant the visa. Now, the moral of the story here is that there were cases in the past where applicant was paid in cash and got a visa approval. Here we are dealing with a different situation altogether. In 2017, there was no payment evidence requirement by ACS, but at this stage, it is very tough. And if you need my immigration advice concerning ACS Skills Assessment, especially payment evidence, if you want to check with me, if you got enough payment evidence for skills assessment purposes, I'm more than happy to do it. We can do it either in an email consultation where you provide me information and documents that I require, and then I provide you advice, or you can book an initial consultation session to discuss your requirements. So the initial consultation session is free of cost. It can be scheduled on my website, sujithtalks.au. Thanks for watching this video. For more pristine information about ACS Skills Assessment, subscribe to YouTube channel Sujith Talks and click on that bell icon. Also follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook. I've got a group on Facebook and a page, Pristine Australia Migration. The Facebook group's name is ACS Skills Assessment for Australian PR, where you can find some general trends with how applicants are going. Once again, thanks for watching. My name is Sujith, registered migration agent here in Melbourne. Namaste.